What's up? It's your boy Mikeyyywill here. We're building a 52/48 volt battery with EVE 18650 cells. They have a 30 amp discharge rating. I'm sorry. We got 39 of these joints and they're going for a little e-bike. If you guys haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Everything helps so much. It's a daily 40 amp BMS lithium ion, of course. That's my spot welder. I got some nickel strip, everything. I'm actually using cell holders I've had for a while, so that's why there's a little bit extra room in the holes. I'm going to cut those off. Don't worry about that. I'll show you what's up with that towards the end. We're going to start fitting the battery tray, or the holders, whatever you want to call them, so it fits in so we can start getting everything ready to go. So I don't know if you guys saw, there was the pre-cut nickel strips, and we're working on cell 1 right here, guys. You're going to put all the positives together. And I recommend going left to right. It's a little bit easier to work with. And so right when you got that done, you're going to flip the battery over. And you got to hold that thing tight because like them batteries will go flying everywhere. Nothing's like together. So from there, you're going to hit the other side. You're going to hit all the negatives. So this is going to be your first row of cells here, guys. And it does take a little bit of time. So if you guys could find the strips that are angled, it would save you a lot of bit of time, a little bit of frustration and stuff like that. But if you don't got it, or if you just have a little bit of extra time, just cut them up. So we're on the second series of cells, and you guys see that I'm going back and forth on these things. It does take time, but all in all, make sure you got that multimeter. Make sure you're checking everything a couple times, because you never know when you can mess up. You don't want to see that magic blue smoke. That means you did something very, very wrong. And right now, I got the first 2 cells correct. Nothing's bridging. You could tell if something's bridging or it's going the wrong way because it'll start sparking, and it definitely won't feel right. So now we're on the 3rd set of cells, and we're just going to keep working our way all the way down until we get to the 13th set. So right now, we're at 3 out of 13, and we got to keep flipping it over and over and over until we get all the way down there. The first row is only going to be a positive, so there's no bridging there. Only the bottom side gets the first bridge. And then from every other, you're going to see it's going to start to flow up and down, bridging each set of cells to each other. Just to double check, obviously hit that multimeter. That was that 4 cells? That should be around 16 volts if you guys can't see. And these are all brand new cells, guys. So I tested a couple, and they all seem to be in working solid order. And here it is again. You want to, guys, I cannot stress enough, check everything multiple times. You do not want to have to go back and redo something or have something catch on fire. So now we're on around the 5th or 6th set of cells, and the concept is the same at this point. You guys should have found your groove. At this point, it is very simple to do this because it's only a 3-piece setup, so everything's very quick. The only thing that's holding me back is I have multiple nickel strips that are getting me in the way of me going quick with this, but that probably saved me from messing up severely. And guys, you just hit it one more time with multimeter, make sure everything's meant. We're getting towards the end. We are on now the 12th set of cells. So, and the last set is just a negative, so you don't have to like go back and bridge anything. And you're going to just go all the way down. Make sure every single connection is complete and tight. Obviously, don't pull on them too hard, but just pull on them a little bit to make sure they don't come up. And make sure everything is not overlapping, so there's no potential of something dropping on, like a piece of solder, and boom, catching on fire or shorting the battery out. Because that will give you thermal runaway. We don't want that. Alright, so now that the hard part is pretty much done, this is like the most work you're going to have to do on the battery. All that's left is to solder up the balance wires. The balance wires go strictly to the positive ends of the cell. If you put them on the negative end, it will not read. Trust me, it will not read. And you will know. And so you're going to want to hit it with the multimeter. Make sure it is the correct voltage. Take a little mental note of that number. I know you guys can't see it. It's about 45 volts or something nominal. And then when you guys do wire up the balance wires, make sure that you connect that the pack negative wire, which is most of the time blue wire. You put it on the negative first before you plug that BMS, and you will fry that thing 100%. If you get lucky, you got lucky, but don't take that chance, because waiting for BMSs sucks. Half the stuff comes from China or Japan or wherever it comes from, and it takes forever. But for the BMS, you're going to start with the last cell, which is the negative. So this time we're working right to left. So you're going to put the negative on the negative, and the first cell goes to the first cell of the negative. So it doesn't go on the bottom, it goes on the top. I don't know if you guys can see that. See how the black is on the left, the red was on the right? And then from here, you just strictly, you want to like pretend the battery a little bit. Do not hold that soldering iron more than maybe like 3-4 seconds. 4 seconds really pushing it. You just want that solder to start melting and spreading out. And from there, you just obviously pretend your wire, and then you just go in, connect it with a soldering iron, give it a little pull test. Make sure you keep your wires neat, because keep them neat, you can find them easier. If something were to break, you can and repair it. So this is the fourth cell, and you're just gonna keep going down the line, and you're just gonna, if you don't know, just hit it with a multimeter. It'll tell you everything you need to know. And get yourself some of these like little wire strippers. Man, these things are a bomb. Those little automatic wire strippers, because, man, I don't know if you guys know, stripping wires used to suck. We didn't have that. Maybe we did. I don't know. Maybe it was an Amazon special. They got them everywhere. Hardware stores, auto stores, everything. But yeah, just keep going all the way down. And I'll show you guys how to test it when you're finally done. You're going to put one of your probes, your multimeter probes on the main negative, and then hit every single one of those points on, see that little white connector? It's like a GST connector. Put it on, there's a little hole in there so you can like test stuff with. So you just put it in there, and obviously you guys see me flipping the battery back and forth. A little bit tedious, but it's a little bit easier on its side versus like if you had it face down, you have greater chance of crushing the wire, especially off a fresh build. That's like not the most convenient thing. And at this point, we're just cutting down the excess cell holders. Like I said, I had these cell holders for a while, just need to get rid of them. And there it is, guys. That's what it looks like, all wired up. So we're not done yet. So this is the testing phase. All you got to do is, like I said before, put that probe on the main negative. Not the main negative on the connector, the main negative pole on the battery, and then you're gonna go through each individual drew a blank right there. I drew a blank again. But each individual point on that connector, and then from there, you guys want to make sure you install the main, see that blue wire, that main negative pole, that main negative pole, and solder it on there. It's a thicker wire, gauge wire, so you're going to need a little space. Make sure you gauge how you want to have the BMS sitting. I had it perfectly aligned for the wires. My wire's a little bit longer. You can tidy it up a little bit. But for this purpose, it held up pretty well, because it's going in a case as well, like a ABS plastic case. But now it's time to put on the main positive. And guys, remember, you do want to put on some charge wires for this thing. I use XT60 for the main discharge. You can put an XT90 or whatever you got going. But I don't see why, because it's not going to discharge more than 60 amps. And there's an XT30 for the charging port. And make sure you use heat shrink. If you don't got heat shrink, at least electrical tape. You just don't want something to short within the connector or something stupid like that. And make sure everything is tidy surface. Is you can easily splatter something with solder and ruin your day. But heat shrink everything nice. And obviously, just take your time with this, guys. Like, I made it look pretty quick because a lot of the stuff sped up, but it definitely took a couple hours to make this. I was just trying to make it more neat and tidier, especially because I'm showing you guys how to do this. And when you guys plug in the BMS, it's not going to show the right voltage. Sometimes some BMSs do. On this BMS, it actually did. It actually showed the right voltage from the rip. Rip equals beginning. But some things won't. Like on some of my 72 volt BMSs, they will only show like 80% voltage, so which might be 60 volts or something like that. So obviously that's not correct. But yeah, so you gotta put the charge end on there, and then you plug it in, and then boom, that's how you do it. And you would have known if something went wrong, it would have sparked right there. But usually they have like on both ends, on the BMS end and the charger end, they have like safety precautions. So it would have just internally shorted and then probably just fried right there. And you better hope that BMS caught it, because you would have fried your battery. Make sure you get the polarities correct, guys. Red positive, black negative. And just double check it with the multimeter before you go into anything. Put a little bit of silicone tape down with match with some kapton tape. And now you just tuck everything in, tighten everything up, guys. And it's really simple from there. I'm just struggling because that double-sided tape was just doing me dirty. I don't even know how to explain that. And there it is, guys. Double-sided tape came back to get me again. Look at that BMS sagging. But nah, don't worry about that. Make sure you got that. Actually, no, I think the temp sensor is already in there. But then you just put it right in the box. Everything lines up. Measure it out. And I'll put the link in the description for the box. All the other batteries, the other stuff that I use. And boom, there it is, guys. If you guys got any questions, comments, anything, make sure you subscribe. Got more content coming soon. Everything helps, guys. Peace.